Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren, und welcome. Welcome to the Spring Glen Church Theatre Arts Mystery performance of The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940 by John Bishop. This evening's performance, this evening's performance, your flash photography and use of cell phones are verboten. So please silence or turn them off would be even better, because our actors are not used to these devices from the future. In case of an emergency, the fire exits are in the rear where you came in, and also around the sides. There's a staircase that goes out to the outside in case of an emergency. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the murders.
Stop. Du hast den Zucker vergessen.
And back, we've done the whole first floor, so you think you know your way around?
Well, not well enough for now, I suppose.
So, we'd best have our Ovaltine and get to bed because we have an early day in the morning. Oh, Elsa forgot the sugar.
Not on my account.
You don't take sugar?
I don't take Ovaltine.
If it's good enough for Orphan Annie, Sergeant. Well, here is the list of the people you'll be picking up in the morning. At 9:30, in front of the Brill Building, a Mr. Eddie McEwen. Mr. McEwen is a struggling young comedian. And the Brill Building is...
I know where it is.
Oh, of course you do. And then you pick up Mrs. Baverstock at her apartment at 230 East 50th. Mr. McEwen is, I'm given to understand, an incredibly struggling young comedian. Perhaps to spare Mrs. Baverstock, he'd best ride up front with you.
Swell.
And then at a house on East 92nd Street, you'll pick up an actor named Patrick O'Reilly. Mr. O'Reilly is an Irish tenor.
And you told this Miss Baverstock that you have a new chauffeur?
Oh, yes, I made up some story. The others are coming by car and train. I do hope they make their connections.
Well, the snow's supposed to stop by midnight.
I wish they'd settle whatever it is they're striking about. I'm sick of Stephen Foster.
WSGC weather update. Still falling all along the eastern seaboard. What had been a originally estimated as 2 inches, has already doubled that with no end in sight. And now we continue with our Stephen Foster collection.
I hope this doesn't scare our people off.
Oh, my dear, these are actors, director, producer, composer, lyricist, coming to get my money for their Broadway show. Nothing short of the end of the world will keep them away.
If this is going to work, you have to say the speech exactly the way we rehearsed it. Going to be able to pull off your part of this?
Espionage is in my blood, Sergeant. I will not fail you. Poor dead Bibi's deco makeup kit. Being au courant was so important to her, and now she is anything but.
Here.
That which may reveal a murderer. Ooh. This is going to be a grand adventure, isn't it, Sergeant? And I have planned a perfectly grand menu for the occasion. We will start with a terrine of December fruit, followed by lobster on dill.
If my first adventure is going to be driving through a snowstorm tomorrow, I better get some sleep.
Of course, I'll show you to your room. I must admit, Sergeant, you are a bit of a surprise to me. I had thought all New York City police to be men.
We are.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation would confirm these rumors. The Nazi submarine is believed to have landed these men on the shore off Long Island earlier this month. With the discovery of the body of Franz Becker, knifed to death in the back of a restaurant in the York-based section of Manhattan, it is now believed that only one, possibly the leader of the saboteurs, is still at large. In other news, the British 8th Army announced success today in the Spring Run section of Hamden. Now, sports with Nick Appleby. And our sources.
Elsa, it seems there's a taxi stuck in the drive. I'm going down with a shovel. Oh, the bar needs condiments. Will you see to that?
Ja, gnädige Frau.
Gnädige Frau. A bit formal this morning, aren't we, Helsa? Oh, I think I know why. Little Helsa is curious about my overnight guest, isn't she?
Nein.
Not even curious about which bedroom he slept in? Don't worry. You're still the little princess here. Now, to the day. There will be 7 for lunch, 4 for dinner. Helsa, I need you at your most efficient today. I am not at liberty to tell you why, but this day will add a bone-chilling chapter to the von Grossen-Knuten annals. Oh, and clear that as well.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. We're after being stuck down on the road at the bottom of the driveway, wouldn't you know?
Ja, I heard the car.
Oh, no. That's another car. We can't even get up the hill. I'm Patrick O'Reilly. I'm one of the actors. Thought I might be after Baroness Shiver.
A shovel? Oh, a shovel. Fräulein von Grossen-Knuten is using it right now. May I take your hat or coat?
Nah, that's all right. I'll just go back down and see what I can do.
You are Irish, Mr. O'Reilly.
As Paddy's cow. And you? Are Scandinavian.
I am German.
German, is it now?
Fräulein von Grossen-Knuten gave me refuge here 4 years ago.
Oh, did she now?
From the Nazis.
Oh, the Nazis, was it?
Swines that they are.
I see. Well, it's been right interesting meeting you, Miss
Wenzel.
Wenzel, yes.
Elsa Wenzel.
Faith and Begorra. But wasn't there a very famous German cabaret entertainer by the name of Wenzel? At the Tivoli, I believe.
You are familiar with the German cabaret entertainers.
Well, it's after being me business, isn't it? Dieter Wenzel, wasn't that his name?
It's very kind.
I never paid very much attention to the cabaret.
Yes, this is the library, Ken. We'll hold the auditions here. Oh, director at work. Oh, you can move it anywhere you want.
It's perfect.
Oh, hello, I'm Elsa von Grossen-Knuten.
Patrick O'Reilly, our group is stuck down below. I was wondering if we could borrow the shovel.
A shovel?
A shovel.
Oh, of course, a shovel. There's one right outside the door. This is Miss Nikki Crandall, and this is Ken de la Maze, your director.
Well, pleased to meet you, I'm sure. And now I'll be after getting that shovel.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Oh, miss, it's all the way to the bottom of the hill, and the snow is as steep as the cliffs of Killarney.
I am of solid Bavarian stock. Snow is in my blood.
But not in your heart, my dear Elsa. This lady is the most generous patron of our art alive today.
Am I, Ken?
Oh, without you, Elsa, there wouldn't be more than 30 or 40 shows on the Great White Way. She backed 12 last season.
I do like to dabble. Now, Ken, suppose you mix you and Miss Crandall a drink. Helsa will take your bags up to your room, the Northwest guest room, Helsa. Roger and Bernice will be down as soon as they thaw out, and Marjorie is still trudging up the hill. Soon we'll all be together again, won't we, Ken?
Yes, it'll be good to see Roger and Bernice again.
All together, right, Ken?
Yes?
And when I get back, I want to hear all about Hollywood and what it's like.
Oh, just dump the garment district down in the middle of an orange grove. That's Hollywood.
How picturesque.
Of course, there is an ocean there somewhere.
You've never seen the ocean?
Of course, I've seen the ocean. I was at a party in Santa Monica one night, and someone pulled open the drapes. Drink?
No, thank you.
You were about to tell me in the cab which show you are with in Washington.
Dewberry.
Oh, you know Bob, then?
Bob?
Bob Alton, the choreographer?
Oh, this was the Row Company. Jimmy Arneman staged it.
I see. And you closed in Washington?
Actually, I left the show in Washington.
Well, not to come up here for a backer's audition, I hope.
Oh no, I've got other things on the fire.
And you are a singer, a dancer.
Dancer, mostly.
Yes, I kind of thought that when I watched you get off the train.
I walk like a duck, you mean?
No, you tripped over your suitcase.
Sure sign.
And with whom did you study dance?
See, I'm from Chicago.
Well, I know Chicago quite well.
You know, south of there, Kankakee.
No, I'm afraid I don't know that.
I studied there with Natasha Dobritska.
I see.
Jeepers, this is a swell house, isn't it?
Yes.
I bet they have some swell houses in Hollywood.
Ostentatious, but swell, yes.
You're from around there?
Well, actually, I'm hoping this enterprise will bring me back to New York.
You're not making any more films?
I just finished a picture. Moonlight in Rio.
Moonlight in Rio? You filmed in Brazil?
No, I filmed in Culver City. Except for the beach. The beach I filmed in Hartford, Connecticut.
Who's in it?
Jason England, Michael Ferguson, Edward G. Robinson, Jennifer Davis, Gregoire Moning, Mickey Rooney, and Barbara Voyges.
Oh, sure, I've seen that.
You probably did, but this one hasn't been released yet.
Oh.
Ah, it's good. Good to be back.
To New York?
The theater. That event as ancient as man, and as mysterious and inspiring as the nature man once sought to imitate or appease in his earliest rituals. Rituals we now call the theater. Not moving pictures, but life. Life distilled to a pure, clear ring of truth. Never forget that. It is your heritage.
I guess. I've only done musical comedy.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take my sherry upstairs and into the bathtub. Get rid of some of the Union Pacific Railroad I brought with me.
Oh, sure. I want to look over the lead sheets anyway.
See you later.
Oh, boy. Hey, I'm Admiral Byrd. Am I lost? Is this the North Pole? Oh, boy, what a blizzard. I passed 4 penguins on my way up here. One of them was wearing a polar bear. Just kidding. I'm Eddie McCune. How you doing? Is this your place?
No, I'm Nikki Crandall. Miss Von Grossing-Newton just went down to help those who were stuck.
Oh, hey, that's us. And a taxi ahead of us and a car behind us. They'll never make it up the hill. I'd had to hoof it.
Your boots, the Oriental.
Sorry. Whoa. So you here for the audition?
Yes.
Well, would you write it or what?
I'm an actress.
Oh, great. I guess we'll be working together then.
You're an actor?
Comedian, actually. I just did Hell's a Poppin'.
Are you in it?
Had a couple of bits, yeah. Left it about a month ago. Doing some radio. Hey, is this the closet?
The coat closet is out in the hallway there.
Oh, okay. Oh, out here.
Yes. Pardon me, is that my heart?
You got music?
Yes, they didn't send you some?
I just got the gig yesterday. Some other guy got sick. My agent calls me, says, hey, can you sing? Sure, I say. Always say yes. One of my rules, no matter what they ask. The answer's yes. So some limo picks me up this morning, parks me up front with the chauffeur, huh? We pick up a dame in a mug in Yorkville. Boy, driving in a blizzard, what a trip. I can't see a thing. I don't know how the driver can. And on top of that, he's deaf.
Deaf?
Had to be. I did 40 minutes of my best stuff. He don't crack a smile. White House Merry-Go-Round?
Yes, nice tune.
By Roger Hopel and Bernice Roth? Hopel and Roth? This is going to be one of their shows?
I guess so.
Oh, hot dog.
You can't get much better than that.
Oh, what a break. They got a string of hits, except for Manhattan Holiday. I don't think they've had a flop. Oh, what's the other music? Is there a number for a comic?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm sure Mr. Delamaze will assign parts.
Ken Delamaze? He's here too? Hot dog.
Yes, he's the director. You didn't know that?
Lady, I don't know nothing except I'm getting paid $25 to do a backers audition for some dame named Van Grossen.
Newton.
No thanks, I had a Danish.
That's her name, Miss Von Grossig-Newton?
Hey, it was a joke. I'm a comic, remember?
I'll try.
Man, this is an amazing opportunity. To be at the start of a hit show? Well, I guess you're just looking for a producer, huh?
As I understand it, they have a producer.
Yeah?
They're looking for an angel.
Well, who's a producer?
Marjorie Baverstock.
Hot dog! Marjorie Baverstock! Oh my gosh!
She was probably the one in your car. Was she wearing mink? You're going back out?
I'm going back, period, to New York City. Get your coat.
What?
This is same people. Manhattan Holiday, the same creative team.
So they had a dud and that scares you back to New York?
No, the stage door slasher scares me back to New York. Now get your coat.
The who?
Where you been? 2 years ago, 3 women murdered, all chorus girls, all in Manhattan Holiday.
Oh, yeah, I do remember reading something about that. See, I was on the road.
Yeah,
and-
the chorus wouldn't show up to work unless they caught the slasher. And lady, they never caught him. So let's hit the breeze.
Well, if he only killed women, what are you so worried about?
Look, how do I know he hasn't changed his preferences? Come on.
Why would the killer come here? There are no chorus girls here. Oh, wait a minute. I'll go get my coat. Oh, this is silly. That was 2 years ago. And the only similarity is the creative team. Besides, look how thick the snow is falling. It's a dark, sunless day out. For all you know, the killer might be stranded out there, hidden. And it's just going to get darker And darker and darker.
You can stop before you get to Dracula's entrance, all right? Come on. I'll leave a note. I'll take my chances outside. I mean, there must be 25 rooms in this joint where the slasher could hide. That don't count the closets.
My God!
Oh, what?
It's a secret passage.
Oh, let's get out of here.
Let's go take a look.
Oh my gosh, they do exist.
Who do?
You know how in the movies, whenever there's a murderer out loose, killing everybody and his brother and somebody, usually a dame, hears a noise out in the hen house and decides to go out into the pitch black night to investigate?
Do you know in those same movies there's usually a big, strong hero who's not afraid of the dark?
I'm a comic, remember? The dark definitely scares us. It's part of our training.
Oh, you must be Mr. McEwen, since you're the only one unaccounted for. I'm your hostess, Elsa von Grossenknuten. And of course you know Mrs. Baverstock and Mr. O'Reilly, since you rode up with them.
Hardly know, Elsa, as Mr. McCune was sitting up front with your driver. So I didn't get an opportunity, Mr. McCune, to tell you that I think it's simply divoon of you to fill in at the last minute like this.
Oh, thanks. That's great.
This is Miss Crandall. Nikki, darling, I don't believe you've met Mrs. Baverstock. Mr. McEwen, do you have a cold?
No, see, there's been a bit of a hitch. I got my dates mixed up. I'm due back in New York.
Oh, dear, when?
That would be right about now.
Really, but I don't know how you're going to get there. Perhaps it skipped your attention, but we're having a blizzard.
I know.
Well, I, for one, would be very sorry to see you go. I've heard such good things about your work. And of course, Ken Dillamaze, the director of this audition, why, he knows every agent in Hollywood. Do you have a Hollywood agent, Eddie?
Let's get to work.
What about the slasher?
Let him get his own agent.
Elsa, I can hardly wait for you to hear the show. Why, it's divoon, simply divoon. And I have the budget all worked out, including the opening night party. We'll have it at Sardi's, naturally. And if we charge the actors just a teensy cover charge, why, we're breaking even. Elsa, have you been redecorating?
Oh, the bookcase is open. Did somebody move the pen holder?
I guess that was me.
A secret passage, Elsa. Where does it lead?
To other passages. The house is laced with them.
Oh, Nancy Drew would be in seventh heaven here, wouldn't she? But you never told me about this, Elsa. Never.
There's nothing to tell. It's just your average, everyday, ordinary secret passageway.
Was this a stop on the Underground Railroad or something?
No.
Then why?
Well, my father, who built this house, was Baron Wilhelm von Grossenknuten.
Oh, yes!
You've heard of him?
Well, wasn't there a motion picture about him with Erich von Stroheim, I believe? Or I'm thinking of somebody else?
Somebody else. Though he was a legend, there's never been a motion picture made on him.
Must be confused.
Well, he built the house when he left Germany at the end of the war.
He was a general?
He was the Kaiser's chief of espionage and the most brilliant intelligence mind in European history.
He was a spy?
You've heard, perhaps, of the Dreyfus Papers, the Colonel Redl letter, the von Moltke note, the Hotzendorf memo, the von Leap shopping list. Events which changed the course of European history with my father at their center, working in clandestine covert alliance cloaked in an atmosphere of secrecy, stealth, and subterfuge.
Well, then why the secret passages?
It's the only way he could leave a room.
Well, now, is all our company met?
Ken, darling, out of food. Kid, this is Ken Dillamaze, your director. Whom haven't you met yet, Ken?
Mr. Delamaze, hi. Hi, I'm Eddie McEwen. I just did Hell's a Poppin'.
Yes,
I just want to let you know that
we'll go to
I'm
work
really
shortly,
excited
but
to-
Pardon me, gnädige Frau, but I cannot find the meat cleaver.
You need a meat cleaver?
For the hors d'oeuvres, yeah.
Well, if you need it, my home is yours. Please make yourselves comfortable. I'll be right back. Are you sure you mean meat cleaver, Elsa?
Jawohl.
Ken, darling, look. secret passage.
So it is. Huh. Just like the one I used in The Circular Staircase with Maria McClellan, Christian Peralta, Peter Lorre, Brian Regalia, Donna Mishowitz, Carmen Cosmano, and John Carradine.
Oh, I saw it, Ken. It was some of your best work.
It hasn't been released yet. Now, cast. As I was saying, we will go to work shortly. But let me remind you that although this is just a backer's audition for an audience of one, it is still theater. So, any questions of interpretation or character you have, bring them out. Theater is nothing more or less than life distilled to a pure, clear ring of truth. A ritual as ancient as man could...
Someone a martini! I'm in danger of frostbite.
Oh, Roger, you look the mood, simply the mood.
Marjorie, sweet, I love your new word.
Let me introduce actors. This is the Roger Hopewell. There to do your music, Roger, Mr. McCune, Miss Crandall, and Patrick O'Reilly.
Your eyes are very blue.
Ooh, I think I'll have that drink now. It makes it so much easier to excuse licentious behavior.
It's not being licentious, Marjorie. Trifle of bitterness, perhaps. A bit lascivious. But not licentious.
Well, what's the difference?
The placement of the tongue, I imagine.
Ken, I didn't see you there. So wonderful to be working with you again. I was just telling Bernice on the way over. Now our script will have distilled truth and clean rings and new spark plugs and all the wonderful things that Ken does. And you're the comic.
You've seen my work?
No, I merely assume that's why you're wearing only one overshoe.
Oh, jeez.
I must have that martini.
And how about our performers? Dare you have a drink before attempting to entice Elsa out of her money?
Nothing for me right now.
No, thank you.
I wouldn't mind a shot of bourbon if you got it.
Hi, gang.
Bernice, darling! Darling Bernice! Oh, my goodness!
Bernice, you're looking wonderful.
Missed you, kid.
Oh, you've added a bracelet, I see.
Have a drink with us, Bernice. I'm having a teeny martini.
Well, in that case, I'll have a huge Manhattan.
With a cherry.
Oh, be realistic, Roger.
Cast, this is Bernice Roth, the librettist. Bernice, your cast.
Martini time.
Hi, gang. Sorry I'm late getting downstairs, but the storm froze the lock on my overnight case, and I've been upstairs heating it with a candle.
Heating the lock with a candle?
Well, and then the candle kept dripping wax on the rug, so I moved into the closet and set something on fire.
Set what on fire?
I don't know. Whatever it was burnt up. But there I was, kneeling in the closet under this raging fire. And the maid comes in and asks me if I'm Lakumi?
I don't think I know what that means. Very strange.
His eyes are very blue.
Ain't it something being around all these famous people?
I guess so.
Ken, love your tan.
Yes, it only cost one soul.
May cost us hours. You know. Bernice and I have been asked to do a motion picture later this year. You know who Abbott and Costello are?
Those two guys in the Bobby Clark thing?
Streets of Paris.
The Streets of Paris, yes. Well, Universal has signed them, and we've been approached about some songs.
Oh, that reminds me. The lead dancer in that show, Grover
Gower
Champion.
Champion.
Well, yes. We ought to think about him. And I know you're only in the first draft, Bernice, but could you think about taking that long section where the sailor tells a girl how beautiful she is and make it into a ballet?
I didn't think that section was all that long.
Has anyone ever noticed, in Bernice's writing, whenever someone tells a woman how beautiful she is, the scene goes on forever.
That comes from an understanding of romance, Roger. A subject you are somewhat hazy on.
Oh, that comes from writing in front of that smoked mirror over your desk. That's what it comes from.
Come on, kids, let's get to work.
Oh, look, we're all together once more, are we not? All together. Oh, and are we all comfortable?
Oh, we're fine, Elsa.
We're about to start rehearsal, Elsa.
Oh, can I get anyone a refill?
Oh, sure.
My, look how dark it's getting outside, and it's just past 1. Wonderful. The snow just won't stop. What are you having, Bernice?
What's closest?
Pardon me, gnädige Frau, but your cook called and is snowed in.
Drat! Oh, well, there's nothing for it, but I shall have to go into the kitchen and whip up a quick lunch. We can't have you going hungry. Come, Elsa. Let's see if we remember how to do sauerbraten.
Sauerbraten?
How inspired. She's chosen a dish that should she ruin it, no one will be able to tell the difference.
Well, I suggest we get started with the rehearsal, since, after all, that is why we're here.
Is it? Well, hasn't anyone wondered why this particular group has been gathered in this particular house?
It's a backer's audition.
Featuring the same creative team whose last effort was Manhattan Holiday, the show in which Bibi McAllister, Elsa's friend, was murdered. Another drink, Ken? You look like you need one.
It's just the memory of that horrible time. I'd hoped it was forgotten.
Well, obviously it isn't. Elsa is eccentric. She struts around like Gail Sondergaard. Behavior today seems more batty than usual.
If that's possible.
And I believe we've been gathered here for a dual purpose.
Which is?
She wants to observe us together.
Oh, to what end?
Excuse me, but who was murdered?
Where were you 2 years ago?
Well, 2 years ago I was off visiting me mither in County Cork.
You were visiting a mither?
Someone killed 3 members of our dancing chorus.
And Kira was a member of the show.
We don't know.
Oh, of course we know. Philadelphia, murder. Boston, murder. New Haven,
Terrible reviews.
and a murder closes us in New York.
See,
There's
I
someone
told you.
with the show.
I told you.
Someone with the show.
I'm sorry. You're not after knowing very much about murderers. You see, it's true that occasionally they will return to the scene of the crime, but they would never. Once they're free and away, they would never willingly associate themselves with anyone who would have any reason to suspect them.
Hey, how do you know so much about murderers?
Well, me fitter and me fitter's fitters, God rest their souls, were police officers.
And you're a tenor.
I still think that's why we're gathered here.
You make it sound like it's a parlor game, Mr. Hopewell. But murder is never quite so interesting. In real life, it is very sudden and filled with rage. It's quite emotional, quite messy. There's no hidden passages. There's only blood-soaked carpet.
What? Blood-soaked carpets? I thought I heard something about blood-soaked carpets.
Oh, well, we were talking about real life Elsa. Though God knows why, as we're here to do a musical comedy.
Fräulein van Grossenknuten has asked me to tell you that lunch will be served in about 30 minutes. In the meantime, there are hors d'oeuvres.
I suggest we get started with rehearsal, which, Roger, is the only reason we're gathered here.
Just thought it worth mentioning.
Well, if you feel that there is a killer on the loose, best not stand in front of a bookcase. It's a secret passage.
Good heavens!
Look, are we going to work, or are we going to get in pajamas and continue to tell ghost stories? Actors, over here. Bernice, Roger, at the piano, please.
I'm sorry there is no bratwurst, Mr. O'Reilly, since you are so interested in things German.
Bernice, have you, Bernice? Have you decided how much of the book we're going to do?
What?
Book?
Bernice!
What?
Has the silliness of Rogers frightened you, dear?
No. I was just thinking. We're warm and cozy in this lovely old and a weird house with blood-soaked carpets and secret passages and isolated in this snowstorm.
I'm afraid I have a rather troubling announcement. I hope none of you needs to reach New York this afternoon because the phone seems to have gone dead.
And now the phone seems to have gone dead. Help!
Bernice!
You got to know the way. Who's got who's here today? And it's for love. Won't even take your call. That's your inside of a taking a ride on the White House merry-go-round.
Oh, I love it, and so will Elsa. The tunes, the lyrics, Davoon, simply Davoon.
Well, let's get on to Act 2. It's already 4, and Elsa wants to see this before dinner.
Oh, I need to see a man about a dog.
Oh, me too.
And maybe some coffee.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, coffee would be nice.
Right, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
So what do you think so far, Mr. Delamaze, huh?
It's coming.
Would anybody else be after wanting anything? I'm going to go see if they have some hot chocolate.
I'd love some.
Well, see if she has tea. No, never mind. I'll come myself.
Oh, hey, Mr. Delamaze, I noticed that you skipped that part where the taxi driver does the impersonation of the Japanese ambassador. Well, I want you to know you don't have to skip it if you don't want to.
Well, Eddie, I think that Roger and Bernice have Bert Lahr in mind for the role
it's
of
just-
the cab driver.
I do a great Japanese accent.
It needs a name in there, you understand?
Yeah, but I just thought it would add some flavor, you know? It's that...
Eddie, your talent is just as special as Lahr's, but I feel it is distilled from a different kind of truth. There will probably be other roles which will ring closer to the quality you project, okay?
All right, yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot, Mr. Delamaze. Sure thing. What did he say?
He said no.
Oh, heck, even if I am just second banana, this could be the big break I'm looking for. Aren't you excited about this?
They usually get stars for the stuff I'm reading, don't they?
Well, you never know. Hey, you live in New York?
Yes.
And whereabouts?
West 67th, between Broadway and Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah, I live on 50th, right across from Madison Square Garden.
I used to live near there. 48th, the dancers.
Oh, yeah, nice place. You live alone?
I've 2 roommates.
You got a boyfriend?
Did have. He joined the Navy last year.
Navy's not bad. Figure I ought to join myself, you know, before I get drafted.
Aren't you a bit old to be drafted?
Well, right now, but look at the way things are going. I figure I better get my name in show business PDQ so I can get in the entertainment section of the Army.
You want to kill him with laughs, huh?
They got such units.
Yeah, a comics battalion. They hit the beach right after the magicians.
It's called Special Services.
Uh-huh, and they passed out ping pong balls.
You know, I would have known you as a dancer if you never said so.
Yeah?
Yeah, you talk straight out, like a guy. Most dames don't talk like that. Dancers do. Of course, I'm talking showbiz, not ballet.
You date a lot of dancers?
I don't date a lot of anything.
You haven't got a girl?
Nah. But most ladies, they don't want to get serious with the comic. But that's fine. That's how it's laid out.
What's laid out?
You know, the hero gets the girl, the comic gets the laugh.
In the movies?
And in real life, it's pretty much the same thing.
I wouldn't know. Haven't met any heroes.
You met any comics?
Just one. I'm gonna look over the second act ballad.
Hey, you believe in chemistry?
Chemistry?
You know, you see someone and something just happens?
I don't know.
Well, I think we're seeing it here tonight. O'Reilly and the maid? They really got eyes for each other. I think we're seeing the start of a hot affair.
Yeah, maybe they sense they've got something in common.
Well, what, it's never happened to you? You know, chemistry? No?
Nope.
What about your boyfriend, huh?
We grew up together. He's always just been there.
Yeah, till now.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me either, you know. Chemistry.
Probably just the movies.
No, it happened to my father.
Did?
Yeah, from a bus window. She was on the bus, he was on the corner. They saw each other, and wham! He chased that bus for 5 blocks.
It was your mother?
Nah, some dame. You never saw her again. He used to tell me, though, Eddie, when it happens, you'll know it's chemical. Just hope it ain't the number 17 to Ozone Park. That's an express. Nah, it can happen. You just gotta be looking out for it, is all.
Shall we get back to work?
So, how y'all doing? Miss Van Grosskanoon asked me to bring in some fresh coffee for you.
We just had coffee.
So you don't have to go into the kitchen.
She probably wants us out of the way while she learns how to light the oven.
So, you're all in show business, huh?
Yes. Do you go to the theater, Mr.
Kelly? No, not much. But I had a cousin that was in the Mikado at the World's Fair.
Dinner, such as it is, will be served around 7. To tide you over, I'll have Helsa bring in some Liederkranz.
We're fine, Elsa. Please don't worry about us.
Now?
So, I think that we should start. with,
Oh, and one other thing. Yesterday, when we were cleaning the guest rooms in anticipation of your arrivals, guess what we found? B.B. McAllister's makeup kit. It had been packed with the showgirl costumes after the show closed and sent to Princeton University.
Showgirl costumes? I thought Princeton was a school for men.
Only the daytime, obviously.
It's for that show they do. It has a kick line.
Last week, someone found it and, recognizing the name as one of the murder victims, mailed it to the police. No, who thereupon mailed it to me, and I threw it in the closet and forgot all about it until yesterday. And with all of us reunited, I became curious, and I opened it. And guess what I found?
Oh, I don't want to hear this. It's going to be someone's finger or something.
No, a small notebook. A round notebook.
Round notebook.
A notebook filled with notes and little tiny spirals. What? What? Doodles. No. Phone numbers. And something is in my eye. Something got my eye. Something caught my eye. The last appointment, the night she was murdered.
An appointment? With whom?
I don't know, but he was wearing a watch. No. Time. It had the time and place.
Well, that night, it was probably just an appointment to go over a key change or something.
It couldn't be. I mean, the night poor BB was murdered, we were dumb. There was no one at the theater.
Why are you so excited, Roger?
No one was there.
No, they weren't.
Weren't what?
They singing.
What? Who was singing?
They weren't singing in an elevator?
What?
No. Excuse me. I need some coffee.
Well, the stage manager was at the theater. I remember because the set designer and I stopped by before going out to dinner at Toffanetti's.
Oh, it couldn't have been Ken. The stage manager was with me at the Blue Ribbon.
No, Marjorie, I remember distinctly because it was the first dark night. And
I certainly ought to know where my own damn stage manager was, Ken.
Calm down, Marjorie. Why are you getting so upset?
An alibi, obviously.
No. The appointment wasn't at the theater. The night she died, she had an appointment at the hotel.
With whom no one was there.
We only use a suite there as a staff room.
Well, why don't we take a look at this book?
Oh, no. I think it'd be much better if we give it to the police in the morning.
Look, Miss Van Grossen,
Yes?
don't you think you ought to put that book in a safe place and as far from you as possible? Because if they connects the killer to the murders, he would kill to get it.
But he doesn't know I have it, does he?
Well, he does now.
Oh, Mr. McEwen, for that to be true, the killer would have to be in this room.
That's ridiculous. Couldn't be one of us. We're show people. So, let's go on to Act the Second, as Shakespeare might have said.
He might have, but I doubt if he ever did.
Oh, may I stay and watch a little bit of rehearsal? Oh, Ken, you know how I adore the rehearsal process.
It will spoil the audition
I
for you,
won't
Elsa.
stay long, just a soup
I
song.
really don't think it's a good idea.
It is my
For
house.
God's sake, Marjorie, let her stay. I need to get started.
Well, all right, Elsa. Why don't you just sit right there?
So, Act 2 begins with We just had coffee!
Fräulein van Grossenknoten mentions that Herr O'Reilly preferred chocolate.
All right. Bernice, second act, please.
All right, White House merry-go-round. The second act opens in the Senate chambers. On stage are Biff and Trudy, and there are also some page boys.
Oh, Davoon, simply Davoon.
Would you excuse me, please?
What is it now?
Well, I'm afraid that the hot chocolate is giving me a terrible headache. I notice I'm not needed in this number, so I'm going to go see if I can find some aspirin.
Oh, my dear boy. I'll get you some aspirin in the kitchen. Let me get it.
Come right back.
Anyhow, that's the format. Here's how it goes. Trudy is opening mail from Biff's constituents, all of whom have advice on how to run the country. That brings us to the second act opener. Everyone can do it better.
Okay, so following Bernice's intro, we do the number. Roger?
Biff, Trudy, and I'll do all the page boys.
Oh, I bet you will.
Have another drink, Marjorie. It'll coat your tongue.
Oh, what happened?
Try the light switch.
Where is it?
Ah!
Everybody, don't move. It could be a power failure. I'm going to check the basement.
Are there any candles? What's going on?
Oh!
Hey, what was that?
An owl?
In a library?
This is making me very nervous.
Calm down, Bernice.
Hey, stop rubbing my neck. I'm not Bernice.
Sorry.
Everyone just remain calm. It's probably just a snowstorm. I'm sure Miss Von Grossnewton will return soon with those candles.
Listen, is everybody here? Are we? I thought I heard just the tiniest scream a moment ago.
That was me. I bumped into the piano.
We're all here, Bernice.
Okay, that was Roger and Ken. This is me. The performers?
I'm here.
I'm here.
And Marjorie? Marjorie, you there?
Lights are back. Is everyone all right? I think it would happen because I plugged in the toaster.
We're fine, Elsa. We're moving as quickly as we can.
Oh, there's no hurry. I haven't even started the white sauce.
White sauce? On sauerbraten?
Come on, back to work, kids.
From the top.
Everyone can do it better. From the East Coast to the West. And they all know what's really best for the USA. Anyone can write a letter about the way that he or she wants to run this country if they had their way. They all know just what to do about internal revenue and the kind of bones that the large chew. Yeah, they all can do it better. And after all of this advice, darling, it feels really nice to be here with you. 'Cause when it comes to us,
Take it home.
and no one does it better than just we two.
I don't think she liked it.
She's smiling. She's just not being vocal.
Well, following that number, which will be catchier and funnier, or maybe cut if you hate it that much.
Oh, Bernice, let's go on.
No, I mean, that's the second act opener. And if Marjorie hates it,
Oh,
then-
all right. All right. Marjorie, do you hate it? Or is Bernice having a typical attack of paranoia?
Marjorie, sweetheart, we're all friends here. If you have something to say, let's say it and not sit there acting like a typical producer.
Somebody pulled the main power. Did anyone...
She's dead.
Dead? My God!
Well, that should make you feel better. At least it wasn't the song.
Did someone come in through the passageway and go out the front door?
I was standing over here. They would have had to go right through me. Oh my God!
I'm checking the hallway.
This
Call the
frozen
police!
shut.
Police! Police!
On the phone,
Police!
Bernice!
The phone is dead, remember?
The closet.
The closet?
Closet?
The phone is in the closet? Roger, would you be a dear and hold that for me for just...
Does this mean the show's canceled?
I should have listened to my numerologist. She said stay out of Westchester County. It all adds up to death and decay.
Poor Marjorie. She had so many things to live for. But at the moment, I can't think of a single one.
I fear Elsa has brought the stage door slash of the Chappaqua.
You think? Couldn't just be someone who wanted Marjorie dead? The Schuberts, maybe.
What about Helsa?
We buried them in a snowdrift. It's the best we could do under the circumstances. It's a blizzard out there. You can't see a foot in front of you.
Well, the rest of the body, for that matter.
Is this coffee hot? Jeez, it's brutal out there.
Hey, is this hot chocolate?
Oh, don't touch that.
What?
Well, I'm no expert, but that stuff smells to me like it's been poisoned. And before the lights went out, O'Reilly sniffed it and wouldn't... Hey, where the hell is he?
That's the $64 question.
Elsa probably just put too much salt in it.
You put salt in hot chocolate.
Sure. Should only be a tad, of course, but it really gives us some snap.
I never thought of that. I've tried some nutmeg.
Nutmeg and hot chocolate?
Could we save the recipe exchange until tomorrow? We got a murder loose here.
I found the blueprints
What blueprint?
of the estate. Since whoever cut the power escaped through the tunnels, I thought if we examine these, we might learn some details of the passageways. And then we could foray into the walls to look for clues. Oh, I'll pack a picnic lunch in case we get lost.
Well, those only show the house. They don't show the passageways.
Of course not. They're secret.
All right, I want everyone right where I can see them.
And I want to look for clues.
And I'm in charge of this investigation, and I say you're staying right here.
Investigation? What investigation?
Murder investigation. I'm a cop.
Why are you telling them?
This has gone too far for adventure, Miss von Gross-Knuten. I'm Sergeant Michaela Kelly, of the New York Police Department here on the case of the stage door slasher.
You mean this ain't an audition?
Only for a killer, it seems.
Oh, just my luck.
I told you, but did you listen? No, I'm just a silly songwriter. I didn't go to the Boston Conservatory, you know.
I think this exposure unwise, Sergeant.
The killer is moving too damn fast. He didn't go for you or the notebook. He obviously went for someone that could expose him. And not just once. We've had 2 murders. 3, maybe 4 if you count O'Reilly.
So who was maybe 3?
Well, there's a blood stain here on the carpet.
But nobody else is missing.
Nobody we know about.
Wait. So there could be someone missing who wasn't even here in the first place?
But if you're the police, then what was all this nonsense about notifying them in regard to BB's book?
A setup.
And I was to be the bait, Roger. When the killer came after me and the notebook, Sergeant Kelly would capture him. Clever, yes?
Well, it wasn't until you told us all about it.
Well, obviously those other people were more dangerous to the killer than the notebook.
Maybe it's a combination of those other people that worried the killer and the notebook. With them out of the way, the notebook is useless.
Exactly the way I have it pegged, miss.
Well, I still maintain we should study the blueprints. The chase is half the fun.
But let me get this straight. All this nonsense about the BB's book was just made up?
Nope. The book is the real McCoy. Sent to the department last week from Princeton. And it contains information that made us reopen the case.
What sort of information?
Well, check the last entry.
Piccadilly 1020?
My God!
What is it, Bernice?
I just got the new second act opener. Quick, give me a pen! That's annoying.
Well, the Piccadilly was our hotel in New York. What's the 1020?
Your room.
My room?
And the rest of the creative staff. That was the last appointment in BB's notebook the night she was murdered.
Yes, that's all that stuff that Elsa was talking about earlier. Well, it obviously didn't worry the killer too much.
Why would it? I mean, the staff suite, the key was left at the desk. Everyone, the stage manager, designers, everyone had access to these rooms. You reopened the investigation based on this one appointment.
We thought it might lead to something.
Well, obviously it didn't.
Obviously it did. There are 2 people dead.
Look, what I don't understand is what BB was doing there in the first place. I mean, the show's off the road. Everyone's staying at home. It's a day off when the murder happens. Now, what's a chorus girl do on a day off? She sleeps.
Well, she certainly wouldn't go where the killer was loose.
Well, I would think BB would want to spend that time with friends. Wouldn't you, Elsa?
Poor BB had many dear friends, Ken.
Too many?
There's a list following the appointment in parentheses. 22, toe shoes, Leo. And then a series of numbers. 288129. Well, Leo could be something astrological.
Isn't 22 a type of gun?
A caliber, yeah. We thought about that, but there was no gun involved.
22, tutu.
What?
Tutu, toe shoes, Leo, leotard. It sounds like an appointment for a ballet class. Although, why she would wear a tutu is beyond me.
What's it look like?
A tutu?
It's got, it's like
Oh, it's very straight, sticks out in the front like this.
She was wearing one.
What? Wait, what?
Well, that was something we didn't release to the press. She had it on. So did the other 2.
Murdered in a tutu.
How are they wearing their hair?
Hair?
Yeah, was that all the same too?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, it was pulled back tight, like a school teacher.
Ballet dancers. The slasher was killing ballet dancers.
Why?
You probably sat through Les Sylphides one time too many.
What I mean is, they were all dressed as ballet dancers, as if for some kind of audition or act.
Anyone want to hear the new lyric? I think I've captured the real spirit of Washington with it. It's called Ways, Means, and Mischief. I'll take it from the chorus.
Poor Bernice. She works herself much too hard.
Help!
You're dead!
Elsa, my God!
I beg your pardon.
Maybe
nobody-
the cold revived her?
Nobody move.
Was ist los?
Elsa, we saw you fall from that closet, dead, into Bernice's arms.
Oh, Bernice!
Perhaps it was someone else. I was in the basement gathering potatoes for the Vichyswas.
She's still out there, dead.
Who is dead?
Elsa, have you a twin?
Ja, 2 sisters. I am of triplets, but they're in Germany.
Oh, Elsa, somebody who looks very much like you was murdered here this afternoon.
Have a look.
Come, this way.
My Mutter and father worked in Berlin as laborers in the government printing plant. In 1923, they died when a carton full of marks, the equivalent of $5 American, fell on them, and they were crushed. My sisters and I were raised by relatives. We saw each other only on Weihnachtsabend, where we got together to decorate the Weihnachtsbaum und give out Weihnachtsgeschenke.
Gesundheit.
My point is, I did not know my sisters.
That woman has absolutely no sense of humor.
Did Elsa accompany you out of town during Manhattan holiday?
No, she was here at the house.
My gosh. Identical triplets, a homicidal maniac, secret passages.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like one of those Hollywood mysteries you direct, Mr. Delamaze.
I didn't know you directed a mystery cat.
One, Murder in the Sacristy, with Joe Relihan, Hal Schwartz, George Sanders, Jack Perkins, Davidson, Bonnie Vitelli, Phil Silvers, and Claire Robert.
Has that been released?
No. Have you seen it?
I think so.
I do not think she looks a thing like me.
But Elsa,
She's the spitting image.
Were any of your sisters ballet dancers by any chance?
Dancers? Gott in Himmel, no. Hilda lives in Strassland working in a boatyard making sails. Helga lives in Stuttgart where she waits tables in a beer garden. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to the dinner.
Wait, you're saying that woman out there's not your sister?
Anything is possible, but I believe my sisters to be in Germany.
She's the exact likeness.
Well, my grandfather was a merchant seaman out of Bremen. Perhaps he put ashore near Brooklyn. It is only a train ride to there, nicht wahr? Mr. O'Reilly, he is dead also?
We don't know.
I told you she had eyes for him. 2 murders and all she cares about is O'Reilly?
obviously Elsa is lying, but I can't imagine why.
Well, she's covering for him.
I thought espionage was in your blood.
It is. It's just a little sluggish at the moment.
What? Maybe her sister was on her way here and killed before Halston knew she arrived.
Well, so why wouldn't she identify her?
Well, maybe Elsa's sister is the slasher.
Well, if her sister is the slasher, then who slashed her?
Oh, it's all too confusing.
No, it's simple. See, you got a sister who's a servant in Chappaqua, a sister selling sausage and sauerkraut in Stuttgart, and a sister sewing sails somewhere.
Strasland.
So either Hilda from Strassland or Helga from Stuttgart, well, seeking a sister in a snowstorm in a swanky, secluded section of Chappaqua is hacked by a homicidal half who thinks Hilda or Helga is Elsa. Now ask yourself why.
Ask myself why. I don't even know what you said.
Ask myself why what?
Not why what, why who?
Why who what?
Not why, who, what, why, what?
Why who what? Why?
What?
Because before you ask who, you have to ask why.
And how?
How what?
Oh, I was just agreeing. And how?
Maybe it depends on when.
When what?
Please, if we're gonna do this again, I need another drink.
Let me see that notebook, huh?
Look, could Helsa be the stage door slasher? Well, it's what we're all wondering, right?
It is what we're all thinking, but why would Helsa murder 3 women?
Jealousy.
Of whom?
Oh, of your friends, of course. You said you had many.
I said Bibi had many.
Really, Roger, if you're going to take the thoughts of others and twist them I prefer you stick to Jerome Kern. You do that so much better.
I do not steal from Jerome Kern!
He certainly does not.
Thank you, Benny.
It's Sigmund Romberg.
Oh, fine, fine. Let's all be viciously funny about my talent. Strikes me as an exceptionally transparent attempt to get us off the subject, which is, which one of us might have had a motive?
All right. Shall we begin with the well-known fact that you hate dancers?
Not true. Well, I only hate them when they sing.
You did demand those 3 girls be removed from the numbers.
Well, not with a knife.
Look, my point is, we can come up with a motive for any of us. Even me. They were all pregnant or something. But I do not think that the killer is in this room.
What about O'Reilly? We haven't seen him since the blackout.
Well, he may be dead.
Or in those tunnels.
Well, we won't know if we don't look. So I am going to go serve the dinner, and then I suggest an armed foray into the walls. But there is another possibility. Perhaps Helsa is her sister.
What?
Just something that happened earlier when I attempted to kiss her good morning. Something different.
She kisses a maid good morning?
Okay, I want to get to solving this thing. So, I want to recreate the moment before the crime was committed. I want all of you to show me where you were standing when the lights went out.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Oh, no, this works. Ellery Queen does it all the time.
Well, all right. All right, let's give it a try. I was here. Bernice, where were you?
She was over there.
I was right here.
And we were
We
here.
were here.
Poor Marjorie was over there.
Nope, this doesn't help me solve a damn thing.
Well, I, for one, do not think we should leave Elsa alone in the kitchen with Elsa.
Wait, Ken, I wanted to redo the new second act opener.
I think what we had originally was fine, Bernice.
Marjorie hated it.
Marjorie was dead, Bernice! I don't think you let a dead woman's opinion to influence you.
I don't think one of them could have done it.
Nah, I don't think so either. I got another theory.
Ain't you coming to the kitchen?
In a sec.
Oh, would you find something interesting?
It's addresses and appointments, like some kind of log. She keeps track of what she's done that day. C-L-N, small w/K.
Lunch with Kathy. We already tried to figure that out. Well, what we could make sense of anyway.
I think it's a code.
Code? Why would she use a code?
Every so often, there's nothing but a list of numbers.
Phone numbers.
But there's not always an exchange. See, you have Endicott, Murray Hill, then rows of numbers.
Bank accounts, maybe. Secret bank accounts.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I got a whole nother theory, and it's based on plain old-fashioned police work.
Oh, maybe serial numbers.
Observation. Observation, that's the key. And if I'm right, someone is in very great danger. And I think...
Like,
What if these numbers are letter substitutes?
oh, where'd you learn that?
When you were a kid, didn't you ever send away to Orphan Annie or Jack Armstrong for a secret decoder?
Don Winslow of the Navy. I got a ring.
Well, I'm going to use the Orphan Annie system. Let's see if we can crack it.
Oh, yeah, well, we're gonna need some paper. Holy mackerel, the desk drawer. Hey, son. Where'd that cop go?
My gosh, it's another tunnel.
Oh, this place has more surprises than X-Lax.
There's steps leading down.
Are you crazy? Don't go in there.
I want to see what's down there.
Well, if you run into the slasher, don't plie.
It looks like a wine cellar.
Great. Now come back up. I can't believe you're doing this with a killer loose. I mean, there's a murderer running around with a knife or a saber or something, and you're running around down there in the dark instead of staying up here in the light where it's safe. Ah! Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, all of our dancers are out right now. If you'd like to leave a message. Oh, no, thanks. I shaved this morning. Maybe you know my guy Sal at the Astor? Oh, I get it. That my agent Hyde, he told you I was a dancer. No, he'll tell anybody anything to get me a job. No, I'm a comic. Just a comic, just an ordinary comic. That's me.
Eddie, there's more tunnels down here.
Oh, in addition to being a comic, I'm a great ventriloquist. Throw my voice anyway, you know, wine cellars.
Eddie!
Eddie! Hey, you looking for this? Ah!
Eddie?
Oh, Ollie, Oxenfree, where'd he go? I'll clip him, so help me, I'll mow him down.
Eddie, did you lock me in there as some kind of joke?
Well, how'd you get out of there?
There's a lever next to the door.
Oh, the slasher was here.
What, the slasher was here?
Well, you were down there with a long raincoat and a bag on his head.
Well, what did he look like?
He looked like someone with a long raincoat and a bag on his head.
No, was he tall, short?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I was too busy looking at the razor.
We should go tell the other.
Oh, it could be one of them. He was after this, but I grabbed it and ran.
You did? Gee, Eddie, you're kind of brave.
Nah, just fast is all. When you play some of the joints I play, you gotta be. Boy.
Which one do you think it is?
I'm not sure, but I got an idea based on solid observation.
O'Reilly?
We thought you were dead.
Yeah, sure, and so did somebody else. I was conked on me head, and left to die.
When was this?
Oh, when I was going for the aspirin.
I sure hope you got a chance to take a couple.
When I come to, I was in the tunnels. I've had the devil's own time trying to get out.
There's been 2 murders here?
And on top of that, it ain't even an audition. It's a setup to catch the slasher.
Murders? Who?
Miss Baverstock and somebody who's either Hilda, Helga, or Helsa.
What? What?
Someone we think is Helsa's twin sister.
Fell right out of that closet.
But, Helsa? She's all right?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She was concerned about you, too.
Oh, well, what's she now? Well, Faith and, that's a fine soup of a lass. But, I think I'll have a spot of brandy to ward
hey,
off the chill.
Don't worry about it. I'll get it for you.
Oh, thank you, lad.
So, how long have you been in this country, Mr. O'Reilly?
What?
I asked, how long have you been in America? You are Irish-born.
As Paddy's cow?
And where in Ireland are you from?
Are you, after being familiar with Ireland, Colleen?
No.
Well, there's the spot in County Blarney where the sun coming over the McNamara Mountains shines the first light on the fine village of McGillicuddy, waking it to another one of God's days. It's there that I'm from, and it's there that I'll always be.
Are you crazy asking an Irishman where he's from? We could have been here all night.
That's as warm as a boggle peat in August.
Have I seen you in anything on Broadway, Mr. O'Reilly?
Now, are you writing a book about me then, miss?
Dinner is served. Oh, Mr. O'Reilly, you've returned to us.
Somebody hit him on the head and left him to die.
My heavens. We've unleashed something horrible in this house tonight. But the vichyssoise is ready, and where's Sergeant Kelly?
Wasn't she with you?
Oh, perhaps she's washing up. Come along, everyone else is in the dining room. Let's eat so we can get down to the serious business of the evening.
I don't think he's Irish.
Well, there's one way to find out. Just give him more brandy and see if he starts to fight, sing, or write poetry.
Go on and
jeez. Hey, don't mind me. They just sent me in to get some wine. Just pretend I'm like I'm not here. Oh, jeez, they didn't say if they wanted white or red. I'll just grab one of both. Don't let me interrupt. I'll have him save you something. Hey, don't look, O'Reilly and the maid. Oh, jeez, and they were getting along so well.
I'm going for help.
Oh, hey, ask him if we're going to have meat or fish, huh?
Where'd they go?
Into the walls.
He may be trying to kill her. We've got to help. Ugh.
Help? How?
Where's that cop?
I'm going into that.
Are you crazy? Don't go in there.
We can't just stand here and do nothing.
Sure we can.
No, we need to go in from two directions. Nikki, you go in from here. I'll go enter from the billiard room.
That's the billiard room.
Yes.
The strange way to put it there next to the lounge.
Well, it used to be the music room, you see, but...
Closer to the ballroom.
Can we hold the architectural discussion until later? He may be trying to kill her. I'm going in.
Well, I'll go with you. Two can die as easy as one.
Wait, take a flashlight so you can see what you're up against.
See it? Who wants to see it?
Play the radio very loud. That way we can always find this room.
Oh, hey, if you can get the red network of NBC, Phil Spatolini is all girl orchestras on right now.
Move carefully, it's a labyrinth in there. Oh, Roger, anything but that.
All of spring Glen is buried under snow in this blizzard, fast reaching catastrophic proportions. Transportation has halted. Governor Lehman and Mayor LaGuardia have declared that a state of emergency.
My God, all we need now is a power failure.
From your lips to God's ear, Roger.
Come on, there's storm lanterns in the pantry. Come help me.
Oh, I bumped into the couch.
That was my head.
Roger, are you coming?
Bernice, are you still sitting on the floor?
I'm not moving until these lights come back on. I'm just gonna sit here with my bottle of wine and relax.
All right, Bernice, we'll be back for you.
There's mischief in Washington, and guess who has to pay? There's mix-ups in Washington, and guess who? Who is it?
You have not seen me.
Not in years.
Ach, das ist eingefroren!
Ken, where are you?
In the corridor.
I'm going to go back into the closet. You will not tell them you have seen me.
My lips are sealed.
If you tell, I will drag you into the tunnels where no one will find you. Tell me, have you ever been stripped, tied to a wall, and whipped? Well?
Do I have to answer that?
Here's the library.
Remember, one word, and you die.
She's in the closet. She's in the closet.
Who?
Helsta, she's in the closet.
Really? Why would she be in the closet?
Just keep it locked there until help arrives.
Oh, I'm going after that police officer. You stay here in case she comes out of the walls.
Out of the walls? Oh, I forgot. We're visiting the house of Usher.
Out of the walls. Out of the walls. That's it, Roger. The second act opener should be a waltz.
A waltz?
Dick Smith does one every show, Ken.
Bernice, this is hardly the place, and it certainly isn't the time.
Isn't the time, Roger? Isn't the time? The contractions have begun, and he tells me it isn't the time. I have been stopped from giving birth a lot here tonight, Ken.
What? Has anyone seen the maid?
She's in the closet.
She's got a butcher knife.
Oh, I've got the gun.
What's an Irish tenor doing with a gun?
I'm not Irish. I'm Italian. Lieutenant Tony Garibaldi, NYPD. You see, I've been working undercover on this stage door slasher case. And, well, turns out the maid is the slasher, so she's on her way up the river. All right, Wenzel. The jig is up. Come on out with your hands up. You heard me, Wenzel. You're trapped. All right, Wenzel. I'm going to count to 10. Ein, zwei,
He's
drei,
counting in German.
vier,
Elsa's German.
fünf,
Fünf.
sechs,
No wonder they're so broke over there.
acht, neun, 10.
Oh, actually, she couldn't come out even if she wanted to. The door's locked.
Well, open it up.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys. The flashlight went out. We've been wandering around in the dark ever since. You would have gotten separated by the held a hand and led her through the tunnels. All right, Nicky, come on. We're back in the house. Oh, boy. Where'd you come from? Where's Nicky? What? I can't understand a thing you're saying. You got a gag in your mouth. What'd you say?
I said, take the damn gag out of my mouth!
All right, did either you nuts pass the maid in there?
Who can tell? It's too dark to see anything.
Elsa is the stage door slasher.
Elsa? And she's in there with Nicky?
I'll take care of this.
Hold it. This is a job for the police.
Oh, but he is the police.
Yeah, he's working on the slasher case.
Yeah.
Out of where?
Out of headquarters.
What division?
Eerie crimes.
Erie Crimes Division?
Yeah, well, you know, the new commissioner.
Okay, you got a badge? Let's see a badge.
Of course, he has a badge. He showed it to us.
All right, let's see some ID. Come on.
Yeah.
Show us some ID.
All right. Everybody over there, hands up. By the piano. Go. I said everybody, hands up. By the piano.
Hey, that's my badge you got. You're the SOB conked me over the head, aren't you?
I needed the ID. The plan was working perfectly until Bumblenuts over there spoilt everything.
Hey.
I can't find that police officer anywhere. Oh, there you are. Hi, everybody.
Stop your squawking, sister, and get over with everybody else.
What's gotten into Mr. O'Reilly?
He's not O'Reilly.
My name is Klaus Stansdorf of the Geheime Staatspolizei.
The Gestapo.
Gestapo.
Gestapo?
Gestapo.
The Gestapo.
Temporarily assigned to the German consulate in New York City as a cultural attaché.
What's the Gestapo want with the stage door slasher?
What I want, Sergeant, is for you to pick up the lantern and lead the way into the closet.
You can go to hell.
Bitte, Sergeant. I could have killed you many times, but I did not. No, why not? Professional courtesy. Now, pick up the lantern.
No.
Everybody, I beg you, please turn your heads the other direction, because the bullet from this gun makes a rather large hole.
Don't make a move, Daddy, or you'll be pushing up daisies. Ensign Nicole Crandall, United States Naval Intelligence.
We're gonna need some rope. Oh, it's in the pantry. I'll get it.
I'll go with her. She shouldn't be alone.
Wait, I don't want to be here with all these guns waving around. Please.
Scotch and soda.
Up against the radio, Krauthead.
Hey, where'd you learn how to do that?
Basic training.
That's pretty basic, all right.
Ensign, I'll take it from here.
Oh, naval intelligence. I'll be damned.
We've been after this guy for 3 weeks.
No wonder you were always running into the tunnels. You were packing a heater in your handbag.
This cat a spy or something?
Worse, he's a saboteur, and his name is Dieter Wenzel.
Nine, you have the wrong man.
Shut your trap.
Wait, Wenzel?
Yeah, Elsa's brother.
Oh, what's he doing here?
The Nazis landed this guy and 5 others on Long Island 3 weeks ago. We caught 4 of them in Sag Harbor posing as novelists.
My name is Klaus Stansdorf.
Baloney. The saboteurs had false identities, $500,000, and a mission to blow up the installations all over this country to effectively retard our nation's communication systems.
Oh, hey, I thought the post office is already taking care of that.
So this guy and a guy named Franz Becker decided the money was more important than the fatherland and took off with the do-re-mi.
All right, so where's this guy's buddy Beckett?
The Katzenjammer Kim bumped him off for the greenbacks, right, Fritz?
Wrong. I killed Becker because he was a traitor, Dummkopf.
Hey, who you calling Dummkopf?
Oh, her I am calling Dummkopf. You, I am calling Bumblebee.
Just want to get that straight.
So, how'd you get on this guy's trail?
See, Naval Intelligence knew we had a sister, and we thought it was a stretch, but he might come for her.
And they sent you alone after an killer?
I was the only agent who could sing harmony.
Now, listen to me. All of you, your lives are in terrible danger.
Oh, okay, pal. We're all ears.
I am not Dieter Wenzel. Dieter Wenzel is an officer in the Abwehr, the German military counterintelligence. But he is also a homicidal maniac.
Homicidal maniac? How'd he get in the German army?
We recruited him.
And he's doing all the killing.
Of course.
So where is he, huh?
Well, he must be in the...
I've got the rope. I can tie him up. I'm very handy with half hitches.
That's it. It's gone. The lyric is gone, and I'll never get it back.
He's dead.
There's blood on these books. The knife came right through here.
Moby Dick? I couldn't get through the first chapter. I don't see how a knife got through that. Oh my God!
Stabbed through the bookcase.
About where I was grabbed.
Well, there's a secret passage there.
I'm going in.
No, Sergeant, don't bother. It branches off into 5 other passages.
Oh, my God!
You stabbed through the bookcase and practically fell on Bernice.
Oh, Bernice, are you all right?
I can't work in these conditions, Roger. These people have no respect for an artist. It's casting swirls before pine. I am very drunk.
It's no good. It goes off into 5 different directions inside. All right. We're going to take things one step at a time. First, let's get this guy outside with the others. Few of you help me. Let's move the table.
Oh, it's a consonant substitution. Good. For Baby's books, someone was trying to work out the code.
I was.
Oh, I love codes. It's like playing Bach. So Baby was substituting numerals for consonant on a triplet basis.
How does it work?
Oh, it's very easy, look. Especially since he repeats number sets. See, it's A, P, P, L, apples. And see, here it repeats. See, apples again. And that's corn, oranges, some sort of ongoing shopping list. Peppermint.
Apples, oranges, corn, peppermint.
What do you make of that?
It might be some sort of salad.
Really, I would think the peppermint might tend to dominate.
Well, not if they weren't allowed to stand too long.
Maybe the sweetness of the
Word
orange.
substitutes.
Word substitutes, of course. It's another code.
Pardon me, gnädige Frau, but the beef is getting dry and...
Helsa,
I beg your pardon?
put your hands up.
What is wrong with you people?
We know you're the stage door slasher, Helsa.
You threatened me with a butcher knife.
Ach, when you opened the closet? 9. In addition to keeping the dinner warm, I've been running through the tunnels trying to keep from being murdered by my homicidal maniac of a brother.
Dieter Wenzel.
Yeah, he came here seeking refuge, posing as an Irish tenor.
Mr. O'Reilly.
Yeah,
Well, he's dead. They're burying him in a snowdrift.
have a look. Yeah, that is Dieter. Poor Dieter. He was a very famous entertainer in Berlin, you know. Now, he lies in a snowdrift with strangers.
I hope we don't have a sudden thaw. I wonder what the milkman would think.
He was trying to kill you earlier?
Ja, he knew I would turn him into the authorities. You shot him, did you?
Stabbed through the bookcase.
Mein Gott, the tunnels!
What about them?
There is something else in there, something evil. I have brushed against it in the dark.
Have you seen it?
If it is human, it is dressed all in black, and it smells of death. It is demonic, and it waits for us all. Should I put the cucumbers back on ice, gnädige Frau?
Yes, I suppose so. Something evil. Oh, I'm going for the sergeant.
Did Helsa actually threaten you earlier?
Well, she held a knife and then we slammed the door in her face.
So she might be telling the truth then.
Well, if she is, I still think we should get out of this house as quickly as possible, blizzard or no blizzard.
If she is, all the more reason we need to break this code.
Well, what's it say the night of the murder?
Let's see, it says Piccadilly, 1020, Leo Corn. What's another word for corn?
No, no, no. I'm the only one with the slightest knowledge of the passageways. I have to go in.
It's too dangerous for a civilian.
Oh, not with this. No. This. The Derringer carried by General von Grossen-Knuten as the personal bodyguard to the Archduke Ferdinand.
You know how to use that thing?
Oh, I've shot the O out of every stop sign in Westchester County.
Well, that's good enough for me. Okay, here's the
All
plan.
right, everybody. We figured out part of the code from BB's murder. It says Piccadilly, 1020, Leo Corn.
Corn? What's corn?
A word substitute, we think.
You think? She was a dancer. Maybe she had corns. All right, now here's the plan. From here, we go into all three passageways. One gun to a passage. Fourth gun stays here in case the fiend or whatever it is comes out of the walls. You go there. Eddie, you pulled me out of those tunnels pretty good and... Eddie? Come on, Eddie. You take this and go in there.
Hey, if this don't have a flag that pops out and goes bang, I don't know what to do with it. And I've played some tough rooms in my day, but this one takes the cake.
Ensign, you stay here.
Aye. I want to keep working on this code anyway.
Now, is there any rooms that don't lead to the tunnel?
The pantry.
Oh, all right. Then you three go in the pantry. That way you'll be safe.
Well, safety is exactly what I had in mind.
Come on, Bernice, we're moving on.
Oh, good. Any place open this late?
All set? Ready?
Okay, be careful, everyone. It's a maze in there.
Let's go!
You gonna be okay?
Are you going to be okay?
I asked you first. Hey, if I don't come back in 24 hours, cancel my ad in Variety.
Roger and Bernice are all tucked in, surrounded by frying pans. Let's hope they don't get into a fight over a lyric.
Shouldn't you have stayed with them?
Well, I thought I should be here with you. You've got a job watching 3 secret passages at once.
Thanks.
Still working on that book?
These food substitutes, I can't figure them.
That's another code locked in poor Bibi's head forever, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I must congratulate you, Ensign, on your performance as a chorus girl. It's quite convincing. It's very detailed. The appearance, the walk. Oh, the trip over the suitcase was an excellent choice.
Well, that was actually me.
Oh, well, the language. Swell. So typically crass. The ring of pure, banal truth.
Well, that was kind of me, too. See, I was a hopeful, knocking around on the Great White Way, before I joined the Navy.
Oh, I see. Did you, by chance, audition for me?
I don't know, Mr. Delamaze. I went to so many auditions. Maybe one was for you? Let's see. Did you direct?
I think I would have singled you out.
Oh, I doubt that.
It was different from the rest.
Different.
You didn't see yourself as different from the tawdry, shop-worn, self-involved, run-of-the-mill chorus girl?
Gee, no. I thought most of them were pretty nifty.
Nifty. Well, the chase must be going badly. I had expected to hear shots ringing from the walls by now.
Wait a minute. Maybe I did try out for something for you. Did you direct I Married an Angel?
Oh, no, that was Josh Logan.
Let's see. I tried out for Boys from Syracuse.
George Abbott.
Sing Out the News. Who's Who?
Charlie Friedman. Leonard Sillman.
Who's Who? That's it. She was substituting foods for people.
People?
She probably was trying to keep appointments for someone she didn't want anyone else to know about.
Someone being Elsa, naturally.
So let's see. It's Piccadilly 1020. Corny, comedian from the show. What's another word for... Oh my God.
Philo Vance would have gotten it much sooner, my pretty. Now, you and I will take a swell trip.
Naturally, please, it's another drink, and oh my God!
Don't do anything foolish, Roger.
Oh, I don't want to deal with this. I absolutely refuse to deal with this.
I suppose you think I'm crazy. Well, I'm not crazy.
Oh, Ken, I have no intention of getting involved in a psychological discussion with you. Lord knows I'm not feeling secure enough myself to hear your problem.
Oh, how silly. I must have turned left at the hot water heater. Ken, what are you doing? Oh, don't tell me you're the stage door slasher.
I am.
Oh, I asked you not to tell me.
Put the gun down, Elsa. Move over here.
Excuse me.
Ah, Bernice.
I have the wrong room.
Don't move. Over there.
Well, why, Ken? Why?
Why what?
Why did you kill all those girls?
My mother was a great person.
You had to ask.
A simple woman born of simple stock.
Oh, Ken, is this going to be a long story?
My father left her for a ballet dancer.
I knew it.
She was beautiful.
The ballet dancer?
No, my mother. Beautiful.
If you think so much of her, when was the last time you called her?
Well, it's been a couple of months, but I've been very... What do you care anyway? You're going to die. All of you. Just remains to determine how.
Well, Ken, I'm not putting on a tutu for anyone.
A fire, of course. What could be more natural with all these lanterns and candles burning? This house burning to the ground should keep me warm enough until help arrives, don't you think? Roger, over there, please. Yes. Elsa, sit down. Bernice, to the piano. Yes. Very good. Act natural. Put your hands on the piano. Yes. Yes, over there. Yes. Yes, it's very nice. It's good composition. Reminiscent of the final scene in Berlin Calling. The picture I made with Lynn Reichenthal, Greg Chase, Lon Chaney Jr., Frank Savino, Jeff Warwick, Joan Crawford, and Edward Van Kuren. A picture which I assume you've all seen since you've seen everything else I've done that hasn't been released. Little matter that you're all going to die. Now, let's see. What can I use to make the flames spread more quickly?
Try cognac.
Eddie, just in the nick of time.
Well, I was no sooner in the tunnels when it hit me what Miss Van Grossen
Newton.
said.
What did I say?
It's a maze in there? And what's another word for corn? Maize. Candela maize. So I've been trying to get back ever since.
Excuse me, if you're done with that cognac, can I borrow that?
Bernice, I think you've had enough to drink today.
We're not at your house, Roger. You don't have to keep count.
Candela Mays, the stage door slasher.
Uh-huh, he killed those dancers and then ran off to the one place where his insanity, his paranoia, and his murderous inhuman tendencies would never be noticed.
Where was that?
Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Oh, my. Oh, we better go find the sergeant and tell her the good news. She could be wandering around in there for hours. Eddie, why don't you go through there? Ensign, can you hold down the fort?
Sure, is there more rope?
Yes, in the closet. Bernice.
I guess with the killers gone, it's safe this time.
I'm so tired of picking this one off the floor. This calls for strong coffee.
Did you get the rope?
What?
The rope!
Oh, there it is.
Oh, hey, I really prefer to be the comic than the hero, but I really ought to go back into those walls and tell the Sarge we caught the slasher.
And the saboteur.
And what about the sister who sells sausage? Maybe you put another knot in that, huh?
Wait a minute. If Ken is the stage door slasher, then who killed...
I did. Be careful. Be quiet. Don't scream, and you may not get hurt. I know you have a gun and identification as a naval intelligence officer. Where are they? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this woman is smaller, and I'm trained in hand-to-hand combat. You might be able to take the knife away from another smaller woman, but can you? From a man?
My gosh.
If your naval intelligence was even a little intelligent, they would know that Dieter Wenzel was once a toast of the Berlin cabaret. Ah, the handbag! And now Dieter Wenzel has your identification and the gun. Yes, I was a female impersonator. I do Lotte Lenya, Josephine Baker, and the great Dietrich. Have a seat. Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Also, my legs are better.
So you killed...
Everyone!
Miss Baverstock?
She was sitting in that chair. I thought she was Fräulein von Grossenknuten. I wanted people to think the slasher was here. And with her out of the way, this house would have been mine. As it turns out, the slasher actually was here. I also killed the Gestapo agent.
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly. Just another joke from the cabaret days.
So Mr. O'Reilly actually was...
Who he said. He was Klaus Stanstoff. When Franz and I took off with the money from the fatherland, Franz hid in New York with his share. Stanstoff must have found him and killed him. He must have had information about my sister, too, so he came here.
So it was your sister?
Twin sister, yeah.
You killed your own sister?
We were never close. And I needed her identity, as I now need yours.
You'll never get away with this.
I have $250,000, and this is America. Of course I will get away with this.
How do you know so much about what went on when you weren't even there?
The walls have eyes as well as ears, Miss Super Spy. Now, you're about to disappear into the walls of this ridiculous house.
All right, don't move. Stand still. I'm an excellent marksman.
The safety is on, Mr. Lone Ranger. A Luger, German gun, the best. Over there with her.
What happened to her hair?
He's a guy.
So what is he wearing a dress for? Oh, I get it. You're trying to stay out of the army.
Very interesting country, America. Where else could you find a super spy and a comedian in the same room?
White House, probably?
Enough with this chit-chat. Into the vaults, both of you.
What's he so burned up about anyhow? What'd you ask him to do with the windows or something?
This is Dieter Wenzel.
The homicidal maniac. Oh, we could be in a lot of trouble.
I am going to kill you.
That's not going to be too easy, actually.
Why not?
Well, I'm afraid of guns. So when they handed me that gun and told me to run around in a dark tunnel with it, naturally, I removed the bullets. Oh, this cognac really packs a punch.
Eddie, just in the nick of time, a second time.
Sorry, yeah. Hey, why don't you tie her? Tie them up.
Nobody move!
Oh, hey, Sarge, we caught the killers.
This is the stage door slasher?
No, I'm the lyricist.
No, this is the slasher.
Helsa is the Nazi saboteur.
Wait, Helsa is a saboteur?
Only it isn't Helsa. It's her brother Dieter, a female impersonator.
I do Dietrich, Lottelenia, Josephine Baker.
Oh, really? Do you do Judy Garland?
No, her voice is too rangy for me.
Oh, really? I figured if you did Lottie Lenya.
It's true, Garland is all head tones.
Can we save the musical discussion for another time? I gotta lock these two up.
I warn you, I have connections in very high places. I know Harry Cohen and Jack Warner personally. I have lunch with Luella Parsons.
Come on, pal.
I have friends in Hollywood who are destined for political greatness. Unknown actors today, yes, but someday.
Fine, fine. When they get elected, they can put you in their cabinet.
They will.
Some of these days, you're gonna be so lonely. One of these days.
Okay, pal, save that for Sing Sing.
You're gonna miss me, honey. I will.
We caught the stage door slasher and the Nazi saboteur. We'll probably make Winchell.
We have been restored to the world. And to celebrate our great success, we shall repair to the dining room for Daddy's favorite, crepe flambé von Grossenknuten.
That's not made with corn, is it?
Corn?
Corn, that's it, Roger, corn.
What's it?
We've been wrong setting our show in Washington. These are troubled times. Times that call for a musical that celebrates the spirit of America. The cornfields, the cowboys, the Surreys with the little crap on top. Our next musical should be set in Nebraska.
Nebraska. Nebraska. Everything's going my way.
Well, you two performed heroically tonight. The Navy will be so proud of you, Nicole. And I am going to write a letter to my friend Eleanor about you. As for you, Mr. McEwen, I'm sorry it wasn't a real audition, or you certainly would have gotten the part.
That's okay. He got the girl.
You did? I did?
How can I resist someone who comes flying out of the walls every time I need him?
I gotta warn you, I'm not a hero naturally.
Oh, nobody's a hero naturally. Besides, I'm not worried about heroics. I'm concerned about chemistry.
Well, that I got covered.
I know. You inherited it.
What a storm!
Elsa?
9. I am her cousin, Katerina, the cook from Koblenz. Can you tell me where to find the meat cleaver?